So let's just go from the top, look at highlight good wins, highlight bad losses. But so like Calvar is like an alright win. I don't know if that's like a highlight win. Let me use like a light highlight for that. That's cool that you have that, but that's not going to carry you to top 100. Banana's win is good. He's a DJ Nintendo loss. He's a lot of these like a little off the, like not the greatest losses in the world. But again, it's got to like be in the context. Who's Bungo again? Bungo is a Sheik from Dallas-Fort Worth. Made me scared looking at TheSWOOPER's resume is that having bananas as your hallmark win, not the greatest thing in the world. A lot of okay wins, like the Kels win, the Bananas win, Calvar win. Beating Fizz is all right. Being top player Yasu, Hostel Gato. Being Mog, who's also in this conversation. Curve, Ralph. Ralph was 80-something, 89th. Yeah, he's got a lot of okay wins. And the Bananas win. I'm scared that I don't think, especially it being Bananas, if it was someone else in this, let's see, where's Bananas? 20th? If it was any other player in that range that doesn't play Ices, I would be more optimistic on the outlook of what his resume looked like. Say if it was a KGH win, a Lucky win, a Gatsu win, and a Hacks win. Well, maybe not a Hacks win, because Hacks can be a little iffy. But if it was anyone else in that range, I think I would be much more optimistic if I was actually looking at TheSWOOPER's results of making it. But Bananas and then the drop-off being Kel's Calvar makes me a little iffy. And also having a lot of these less than ideal, but I wouldn't say bad losses sprinkled in, like Polish Jukebox, Majorisk, DJ Nintendo, big sad to see. I don't know. TheSWOOPER's gonna be cutting it real close, being carried by Bananas Kel's Calvar win. Make sure I go through and highlight all of these, what I say are less than desirable losses. J-Flex isn't the greatest thing in the world. And less than desirable losses is mainly like people around his range or like perceived around his range or slightly below. When you're talking about Ices and ranking Ices, you always got to think of in terms of in high variance. And however that like manifests itself. I think we're probably one more year in the especially with all the wobbling bands, we're one more year, we're going to have a downward trend. We're going to have a downward trend of Ices, and then so it would be 2020 would be last year. And then in 2021, Ices stonks going way back up. Mark my words, clip it. 2021, year of the Ices. 2021, baby. Morse is, I looked at Morse the other day, right? Like, how's he stack up to Morse? I feel like Morse, this is what they used to look like. Yeah, Morse has so many good wins. Like, I didn't even get to highlight the Zamu, the Rocky, the Rick, the O'Reilly, the 2 Rick wins, the Yort win. Morse has got so many, like, Morse is such a huge lock for it with all these good wins. And again, like, anytime I'm saying this, I'm not saying that I don't think TheSWOOPER is a good player or a good Samus. It's just like, he's got some real tough competition when everyone this year has that one that has those really big wins. Having Bananas and like to a lesser extent the Kels and the Calvar win, having to carry your weight to make the top 100. It's TheSWOOPER, as again with all these players, I've been saying that it's going to depend on the wins around the people, where they end up. I think it's really, for TheSWOOPER, it's going to depend on the wins around the people around him, if he makes it or not. If people don't have something to stack up to a Bananas, Kels, Calvar, like trifecta of wins, maybe a little bit less wins, but have much more consistent losses at larger events, he's the chance to lose out on making top 100 because of that, because of a lot of these less than ideal losses sprinkled in here. I don't think it's improbable for TheSWOOPER to make top 100. The sketchiest looking for making top 100 that we've looked at so far. And that is nothing speaking on his projection further in like the years to come. Now that we're seeing any sort of trend, like sometimes we'll see a player that has like most of their bad losses sprinkled in the beginning of the year and like they shed it off as they trend. So I'm not really seeing like a huge trend towards upward trajectory towards next year, but again, that anything could happen. Melee's a wild game. Year the Samus, baby. But yeah, I think that probably does it for us on Soup.